So you're right into the thick of things, Michael, having joined the club in January. What have you made of it so far?
I mean, firstly, I've really enjoyed my time so far. You know, really good reception from everybody, lots of nice messages and stuff like that. So that's been, really enjoyable to take that in. And the Ipswich game was a really special game for me, and I thought the team performed really well. At Lincoln before that as well, we put a good starter down. And then obviously the last two, you're trying to get results from them two games, and it hasn't quite gone that way. Although, the Barnsley one kind of got away from us, and I think they're a very good side, and they'll be in the playoffs. That Cheltenham one was, you can't deny it's a big blow not to have got the 3 points. But I think certainly first half we had good opportunities to take the lead, and that's really important when you can tell there's a little bit of low confidence around, and that win will pick everybody back up, and the sooner we get that, the better fighting chance we'll have.
Yeah, you guys at the back, it's all with Ryan Bennett coming in as well, and Lloyd back from injury, Dimmy as well. It's knitted together quite nicely.
Yeah, it's really enjoyable playing next to Ryan and Lloyd, and I know Dimmy from when he was very young at Charlton, so I think we've come together quite well quite quickly. Obviously there's a change in formation for everybody, and that takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's really enjoyable to play next to Ryan and Liam, especially at right wing back. I've been really impressed with him. He seems to really know his role and be really effective, so it's nice to have people on that side of the pitch next to me that are talented players, and obviously Ryan's experience and reassurance and calmness that it brings to the team is really helpful for everybody.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it, for you and Ryan to have basically seen it all before. When you're in a tough moment, that level of experience is really useful. Yeah,
you want to be somebody that lads feel that they can rely on, that they've got confidence in, and hopefully that brings the best out of them in midfield and up front, and they're reassured with your presence, and you try and pass on little bits of experience and little bits of advice to help, and you try and keep a cool head at times when you're disappointed or you're overexcited as a team, and making sure that organisation's right. But there's some good players at the football club, and everybody's working really hard to get not just good performances but good results.
Presumably it's made it pretty straightforward for you settling in, that this club anyway, Mark Bonner really well. As much as joining a new club can be seamless, it must have been pretty straightforward the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. Obviously, as travelling into a new training ground and a few different clubs, although everyone's trying to do the same thing and win games, everybody does it slightly different. So it's getting used to the little differences at different clubs, different facilities and stuff like that. But yeah, the lads have helped me get involved, and I feel really settled, pretty much straight away.
And from having been on the outside and now being on the inside, what's your assessment as to how far away the EUs are from cracking this? We're all conscious, of course, that the games are running down the back end of the team. The formula seems to be falling into place. The overall picture, how close is it to all clicking?
Yeah, I think when you see the performance in the first half, especially the other day, and you see the opportunities that we created, which is a real positive. So, once one of them goes in, then you can feel a bit more positive on performances. I think there is a few good performances that I've seen. Lincoln away was a really solid performance. Ipswich at home, we had the opportunity to win that game if we'd have scored the penalty. Which, scoring goals is the most difficult part of the game. That's why strikers get paid the most. But yeah, I don't think we're too far away. Obviously, there are a lot of games left. Obviously, losing in the week does put a detrimental effect to your outlook, but there is 15, 16 games. It is still in our hands. What you don't want to keep saying is in 10 games time, there's another 5 or 6. It's about trying to get as many points on the board as you can now. And we're really aware that in the next 10 days, we've got 3 games that we've got to go and get points from, and certainly we've got to get a win.
And clearly it's not as though in the dressing room everyone's going to be joyous and dancing around off the back of recent results, but having come in, do you feel there is that sense of determination, of purpose, of focus to get this done?
Yeah, I think there's a really good atmosphere around the place, and I think that's really important. I don't feel like the pressure day to day is sitting on the lads too heavy, and it's making them, sometimes you can get caught up in that and you can't play the football that you want to play. And I don't get that feeling. I feel like there's a steely determinedness and a togetherness from the team to give absolutely everything that they've got, and then see where that takes us. And that's all we can ask from people. And I think that's all that fans ask, that they can see 100% commitment. Sometimes talent's going to let us down, and otherwise we'd all be playing in the Premier League. But certainly work rate and organisation is something that we can, it doesn't cost anything, and that everybody can do. And I can see a group of lads, a team working as hard as they can for success.
Cool, that's great from me.
Thank you.
Hi there, Michael. Just a couple from me, if I may. I just wanted to pick up on that point about the mood around the place. What is it like, even though the run of results haven't been what everyone has wanted them to be?
I think there's still a positive outlook. I think people are still coming into the training ground and enjoying their work, which I think is really important. I think everybody becomes a footballer because they love the game and love playing, and I think I've been in that position where when you don't enjoy it and you're not feeling positive about coming in, you don't get the best performances. So it is about creating the right culture and the right positivity around the place that you can achieve something, and success for us will be staying up. And I think there's like I said, a steeliness approach to it with a good enough feel-good factor around the place to get the right balance for performances. And obviously a win will increase that, and we're all aware that we need that as soon as possible. But considering the circumstances, I think that the atmosphere and the group togetherness is really strong.
Could I ask about your relationship with Mark Bonner? How far do you two go back? How well do you know each other?
So yeah, me and Mark were at the football club together 15, 20 years ago. I think he was the academy manager at the time, took some sessions for me, so I'd have been sometimes maybe 14, 15 at the time, so he took some of my sessions, so you have that, and then over time you keep in touch with people, as most people do in football, and then I was on an LMA diploma in football management course that he was on, surprisingly, and then that was probably about, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and you end up reconnecting a little bit more there, sharing your thoughts on football, and obviously you track what he's doing, and you're meeting once every 2 or 3 months at St George's, so there's a lot of contact time there that we had, and we spoke about what he was doing at Cambridge at the time, coming in and doing brilliant stuff in League Two and getting promoted, and then you see the success that they had last season as well up at Newcastle that the lads still talk about and should be really, really proud of. So yeah, I think it's just following on. I think we got closer as we did the course together, and I felt that I could help him, he felt that I could help the team, and I did as well, so it was a good opportunity to come back and try and help everyone. And obviously it's a special club to me, and I want to play as long as I can, and that opportunity to have another 18 months on my contract, take me to I'm 36, was something that I didn't want to turn down that opportunity, or it was almost too good an opportunity for me to turn down to be able to play here again.
You mentioned about coaching as well. What's your ambition once your playing career comes to an end?
Yeah, I've been asked that a few times recently, and at the moment I'm just trying to play as long as I can. I've played just over 700 games. I'd love to get to 800 now. That's my next target. I think I've played over 100 for Cambridge, so I'd like to get to 200. You just try and set that bar as high as you can. So at the moment I'm just concentrating on playing. But having said that, I'm not stupid. You have to look into the future, and I've done my A licence, this LMA diploma. I've just finished Masters in Sport and Directorship, so I am trying to keep my options open for when I have to hang my boots up.
And just finally on Oxford on Saturday, just how difficult a game is that going to be, and how important is it as well? I
mean, they're a good side that are underachieving, in my opinion. They've got some real talent. Sam Baldock's fit again now, who I know from playing at Reading with, is a really intelligent striker. They've got Murphy on the side as well, and 2 young lads in midfield at Bate and Brannigan. So they've got real top quality in that team. They probably haven't found the right blend and the right performances to match their quality. And we hope that they don't put that together at the weekend, and it's on us to make sure we disturb their game and put our stamp on the game at home, so that they can't achieve the heights that they've got the potential to do.